President Kikwete, tell us a little bit about what's the secret to Tanzania's great success?
Well, I can say there is nothing secret about it. I think it's a question of putting in place the appropriate economic and political policies. That's it. We are a unique country in the sense that we are a land of diversity. First, Tanzania came into being in 1964 on the 26th of April with the merger of two sovereign independent states, the Republic of Tanganyika and the People's Republic of Zanzibar. Of course, after this itself in leadership, this itself is a challenge of its own, because there are always stresses and strains. There are frictions here and there. So continue to hold the country so that remain one united is another challenge. But we've been able to do that. We have a joint committee. I've asked these guys to be able to work so hard, meet regularly on known timetables, and even if they don't have things to do on that particular day, let them just meet and say, today we are meeting, things are going well. That's one aspect. And then of course the other is the policies that will ensure that a country with 120 tribes belonging to all races, subscribing to different types of faith, a country with people who subscribe to various political parties remain peaceful, remain united. And of course the essence here has been to make sure that nobody is denied his or her basic rights as a Tanzanian citizen because of his race, tribe, color, religion, political affiliation, or what part of the country this person comes from. And of course the other thing we have sought again is to look at the issue of governance. Again, it's also important because in areas where governance is not observed, also it's been a source of conflicts. So we said, for us, let's ensure that there is good governance, there is rule of law.
It's really fascinating because I know you have supported anti-corruption measures. You've done taken under a number of different actions to support the rule of law.
Yeah.
Is that difficult as a democratically elected official?
Of course, it is. Of course, the first difficulty that we found in that is building the institutions themselves, because we are starting at it. Because you can't do this by presidential decrees or orders from the president. Then when you are not there, and if you don't have a president who has interest in some of these issues, they may not be taken care of. So I said, let's build these institutions. So I concentrated on building the anti-corruption institution. We changed the legislation, we gave them a more comprehensive registration, we built the institution, we gave them a lot of capacity in terms of personnel, in terms of equipment, and so on. That's one of the things we did. And then of course we looked at the issues of the other important institution of governance to me is the National Audit Office.
Did you get help with that in terms of setting that National Auditor Office?
Yeah, we got help.
Who helped you with that?
I think the U.S. government has helped us. A number of European countries have helped us. The World Bank has helped us build these institutions in terms of its capacity. But we also made it as a priority for us from our own budgetary allocations, that we make sure that we give them enough resources so that they'll be able to audit government accounts, hold people accountable. And I gave them one instruction. I said, look here, if you audit a government office and discover that there is improprieties that has happened in that place, theft has actually taken place, don't wait for a report. Go and report to the police.
It's incredible.
Go and report to the police, or this man is arrested. While you are writing your report, but at least the police are working with this guy. So it has helped us somehow. It is helping us. We are seeing improvement, but we still have a long way to go. As last time, I had to sacrifice 6 of my ministers because they had to resign because of the report of the Controller and Auditor General saying that in their ministries there have been bad practices.
President Kikwete, tell us a little bit about how MCC what it's meant for Tanzania and what you've most appreciated about the partnership with MCC.
Of course, the good thing about MCC, which I liked, different from our experiences with other donors, is that they're not prescriptive. You say what you want, and then the U.S. government sees if they can support you. Then we chose the roads, we chose the regions to get support for power, the towns to get support for water, and they gave us the money. And then there we have these projects. They are now ongoing. Some of them will soon be completed. So we have those services. So I'm saying the biggest difference here is given the opportunity to decide what is best for us and not the donor dictating what is right for us.
You have a historic relationship with China. China has been a long-time friend of Tanzania. Oftentimes in Washington, we're curious about China's assistance in Africa.
Yeah.
How would you compare China to the United States as a development partner?
Well, of course, all these countries are helping us. Of course, the biggest support that we got from China has been really essentially the railway between Tanzania and Zambia at that time of UDI in Rhodesia, where Ian Smith declared unilateral independence. Then there was Zambia wanted an alternative route, and this alternative route was going to be through Dar es Salaam. And our two presidents, President Nyerere then and Kaunda, asked the Chinese, and the Chinese already. I think that has been the biggest assistance that China has given to our country. And then, of course, the others, maybe probably recently, the National Stadium. Otherwise, we don't talk of something quite significant from China as development assistance. Because the U.S. the U.S.
PMI, PEPFAR, Feed the Future, AID,
Feed the Future,
and of course MCC.
MCC, now Partnership for Growth.
Mr. President, it has been a real privilege to have you here. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.